Welcome to another edition of Automedics here on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Yes, the best traffic station in the whole of West Africa, where we bring you up to speed with latest traffic reports. We have of our traffic managers and also with our live screen here in the building where we see most areas within Lagos metropolis. So you're sure to get the best, traffic reports. All right, welcome to the show. It's Automedics. We talk about your cars on the show, everything relating to your vehicles. So if you have issues, if you're free to lay it bare this morning, we have experts in the building who will help us with that. My name is Aderonke Irewole. I'm your host and your shotgun rider this beautiful Wednesday morning. Welcome. Tokunbo is not running solo today, so she has, she has a complaint. Yeah, so I believe Karimat is here to help us. Good morning, Karimat. How are you today?
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Good morning, Tokunbo. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
I'm sure you're encouraged this morning.
Yes, I am.
Yes, two are better than one.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so Karimat, let's go through your contact details and addresses within Lagos.
Yes, our locations are plot 192 Agege Motor Road off Ilopeju Bypass beside Crystal Estates, Ilopeju, Lagos. Number 1 Amule bus stop opposite Petrocam Gas Ayobo. Inside Corn Oil Filling Station opposite Correctional Center, Kudirat Abiola Way, Ikeja, Lagos. Our phone numbers to call are 070 5672 5160 070 5672 5160.
Three 877-127. You can also send a message to us on WhatsApp on 009-9120-777. We're streaming live on Facebook on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Okay, we'll be giving you intermittent traffic advisory. Yes, courtesy of our traffic managers and with the help of our big screen here as well. So feel free this morning to be a part. Please keep it locked on Lagos Traffic Radio. Yes, you're here to learn. We're here to, get solutions to our car issues. So it doesn't matter if you don't have a car. You might have a friend who has a car. You might have, some things you've experienced in the past, and you just want to get adequate knowledge about it. So feel free to let us know what it is. Okay, so let's have the ball rolling. So I'm going to start with asking you this question. I heard about the accident that happened earlier this morning, as was said, which involved a group that is a tricycle and I think a truck or something. So, and it kept me thinking, and I was just wondering. I was like, now it's according to the report, it's actually due to overspeeding, and it had a brake failure. So I was now wondering. I said, for tricycles, do they use the same internal combustion like a regular vehicle or like conventional cars? And do they have? Sometimes when some things happen, it gets you, brainstorming like overspeeding, brake failure, kurupe,
Okay, wait. I want to start by asking: are we talking of kurupe, which is a 4-wheeler, or the keke napep, which is a 3-wheeler? They are two different things.
The normal tricycle we see now, kurupe is like
No,
that's not kurupe.
That's not kurupe.
oh, okay.
Kurupe is the one that carries about 7 passengers.
7 passengers.
4-wheeler. Okay, yes, that's true.
Uh-huh,
Okay,
so-
a lot of times. Okay, I mix it up with
Napep.
the napep. Okay, yes, it's not a napep. It's the kurupe.
Okay,
Yes.
yes, so Kurupe has engine and it has transmission like every other vehicle on the road.
Oh.
And so it uses brake pads as well.
Okay.
And so it's possible that you could have the brake pad get too low, and so you could have the brake fail. It could also be that maybe the brake lines, maybe one of the brake lines is already experiencing a leak, but didn't pay attention to it, or maybe because of the busy schedule, the person didn't take a look at the leak. And I'm sure it might have been topping up the fluid, but the fluid got lost eventually today, and that was how the vehicle got the control lost from the brakes, and so the brakes didn't work efficiently. It could also be that due to lack of maintenance, the brake pads weren't changed on time, and so they became very low to the point that the braking efficiency was completely lost. That could also be a reason. So like every other vehicle on the road, they also have engines, they have transmissions, and they also have brake systems.
Okay, and another thing is, can a vehicle actually experience brake failure due to speeding? Because I think we need to really address that too.
Well, most persons will say brake failure due to overspeeding. But one thing is that the brakes are not efficient. But you know that when you're driving on a low speed, when you depress the brake pedal, even if the brakes are not too good, you could still have the vehicle slow down. But when the vehicle is on high speed,
Okay.
and the brakes are not good, that's when it becomes more obvious that you don't have very good brakes, because the distance it will take for the vehicle to slow down, it's going to take a longer distance for the vehicle to slow down. And now you're going at, let's say a vehicle is going at 100 km/h. That means that for the vehicle to slow down, it will take a bit of a distance before the vehicle, and if there is no room for that vehicle to slow down, then that's when it becomes a fatality, or it becomes a major accident. What I'm saying is, if you have a lot of space ahead of you,
Exactly.
to slow down,
Yes, it's easier.
even if you're going on high speed,
Okay.
when you depress the brake pedal, the vehicle will eventually slow down, but it's going to cover that distance that you're driving with.
So the impact will not be so much.
Exactly. But if you're going on 20 km/h maybe, and you depress the brake pedal, it will not go much before it slows down, even if the brake is not efficient. So that's why we don't advise you go on high speed, even if you have very good brakes.
Even if you have very good brakes,
Exactly.
even if your tires are new, brand new, even if you just change the brake pads and brake,
Exactly.
whatever, rotor, brake, anything,
Because
brake shoes.
I saw a video one time, and the video was analyzing the impact on the vehicle when there is an accident, and based on the speed. I don't know if you understand. If you're going
I
at
get
20
it.
km/h, the impact on the vehicle may not be much.
Of course, it's
At
minimal.
40, at 8, at 60, at 80, at 100, at 120, the more the speed, the more the
impactful.
damage
Yes.
that will be on the vehicle. So if one is going on a very high speed and the brake is not efficient, then there is going to be the danger of accident. But if you are going on, let's say at 40 km, we can't say you can't go at 20, but let's say 40. If you're going at 40 km/h, if the brakes are not efficient, you will still be able to slow down before you have any major accident. That's the truth.
It cannot even be fatal.
Exactly. So the speed is not that what caused the brake failure.
It's not the speed. Okay.
You know, the brakes have been bad, but the speed just enhanced the problem.
Exactly, and enhancement. Okay, I think that's the advice is from experts this morning. So, irrespective of the condition of your brakes or your tires or what have you, it is not advisable for you to always drive on high speed. Yes, even if your brakes are efficient, if they are brand new, please do not overspeed. Do not overspeed. I hear people say, if you're on the expressway like Lagos Ibadan, the road is free, or you're on third mainland, there's no vehicle ahead of you, no vehicle coming, you can race. Don't race, please. It's a new year. Remember, people at home. Okay, so that's not our focus this morning. So I want to talk about misconceptions about wheel balancing and alignment. Someone called yesterday, so I want us to actually trash this. Let's analyze it and let's know what it is actually when we talk about wheel balancing, because the person complained about getting sounds from his vehicle, and he said afterwards he went for wheel balancing, and I think it wasn't resolved or something. So this is what we want to be doing on Automedics. We don't just want to be resolving people's car issues. We don't just want to talk about the problems that comes from this vehicle. So we also want to enlighten people. We want them to be knowledgeable, so that when you have this foreknowledge that even if your brakes are efficient, you shouldn't overspeed, then you won't run into issues. You won't get yourself in a precarious situation. So we need to kind of give ourselves these trainings, this enlightenment. So that's why I always want to bring out these topics and let's talk about them. So let's talk about it. So misconceptions. So what is wheel balancing and alignment, and what is this disparity? Because a lot of people, we actually treat some things in error. We treat some issues that things we're not supposed to focus on. Those are things we actually look out for. You understand? So what is wheel balancing, wheel alignment? What is the disparity between these two phenomena? Karima, are you going to help us with that?
Yes. Wheel alignment is adjusting the angles of your wheel, that's your steering wheel, and then your tires, adjusting it to meet a particular angle that is recommended by the manufacturer. Reason is because the reason is because you don't want your steering wheel and then your tires. You don't want you don't want them to be misaligned, because there will be a time, probably some people must have experiences when you're driving, maybe you're trying to turn left and you notice that at some point it seems your tire is moving to the other side when you're moving, is moving to the right side when you're moving to the left side. So that's wheel alignment. So it's basically aligning both your steering wheel and your tire wheels to a particular angle. And wheel balancing has to do with an even weight distribution on your tires.
Okay.
So basically, our vehicles are designed in such a way that the weight is distributed evenly. So if the weight of your vehicle if the balancing of your tires are not evenly distributed, you would experience how that please give me the word, Mr. Kumbo.
Vibration.
Yes, you'd experience vibration. On your vehicle. So that's the difference between wheel balancing and alignment.
Okay, so at what point is it required for a vehicle owner to carry out wheel balancing? At what point should he carry out wheel alignment? Or do they work together? Must I do wheel balancing and alignment at the same time? Because I remember Tokunbo once castigated me. I think I had issues with, maybe is it my tires? I don't know. So and I said I want to do is it wheel balancing? I think alignment. She said no, it's not balancing you do, it's alignment, or it's not alignment. She was so I got confused. So and a lot of people get confused about these things too.
Yes. So when it comes to wheel alignment is done most times when you do anything with changing things with the steering, or maybe the steering rack.
Okay.
One thing the wheel alignment will do is it keeps the vehicle the wheels aligned. So the wheels have to be parallel to each other while on the vehicle. So if you don't have the wheels parallel to each other, you might have uneven wear on the tires when the tires are rolling on the road. So what would cause you to do a wheel alignment is maybe when you have to change your tie rod ends. The tie rod ends and socket are connected with the steering rack. And so if you have to change it, it will cost you to change the to do an alignment of the vehicle. And there are times that your vehicle may also go out of alignment, maybe after use for like a year or two. You notice that when you drive on the road and you notice your vehicle gearing to one side of the road, that tells you that it's time to do an alignment. But when it comes to wheel balancing helps to, what it entails is distribution of the weight around the tire, each tire on the vehicle.
Okay.
So what will cause you to do wheel balancing will be a change in tire. If you replace your tire, or maybe you do a tire rotation, you might need to do a wheel balancing. But most times, the replacement of tire would require that you do a wheel balancing on the vehicle. And one of the symptoms of that you experience when your tires are not balanced is maybe a vibration, and this vibration would always occur from the maybe at high speed, but the vibration will extend from the body of the vehicle towards the steering wheel as well. You feel the vibration on the steering wheel and you feel the vibration on the wheels as well. This tells you that your wheels are out of balance.
Okay, but will you feel the same vibration if it's about the alignment, or if it's an alignment issue?
You don't feel vibration when you're experiencing, when the vehicle is out of alignment. What you feel is, okay, let me try to describe. The vehicle is going on a straight line, you're driving on a straight line. Maybe for a reason or two, you just didn't have to steer your vehicle, you just held your steering. Then you notice that your vehicle is going in another direction, maybe towards the left or the right, but you're not steering. That tells you that the vehicle is out of alignment.
You don't believe people.
It's not it's not village people.
Okay, so if it's just swerving in an opposite direction,
yes,
and that is about alignment.
Exactly.
Okay, but for balancing, if you're feeling vibration,
yes.
Okay, so what about the issue of sound?
When you get sound on the vehicle, it really doesn't have anything to do with your balancing and alignment.
Okay.
Yes, components could fail and cause sound. We have some components, some suspension components attached to the vehicle that they have this rubber cushion. The essence of the rubbers there is to prevent the metals that from banging on the body of the vehicle, on the frame of the vehicle.
Okay.
So if these rubber bushings go bad, then you start to hear different sounds from the vehicle, because now metals are now clapping on themselves on the vehicle and you start to hear noise. Then there are some components that are lubricated with maybe grease, and so after the grease gets maybe the grease gets out or dried in the vehicle, you start to have these metal components loose and they start to make noise on the vehicle. So most times it's not wheel alignment that will cause you sounds from the vehicle. It's just a failed component or loose component.
Okay.
When you have loose component as well, it also causes noise on the vehicle.
All right, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. The show is Automedics, and we're talking about the misconceptions about wheel balancing and alignment. Yes, so if you have issues with your wheels, you have issues, with maybe your vehicle swerving, you have issues with vibrations on your vehicle or on your wheels. Yes, you need to check wheel balancer. Yes, it's either you have to balance it or you have to align it, so that yes, you don't get yourself involved in some of these things, some issues. You can imagine you're driving on a straight line or on a straight road, and you have the other vehicles right beside you, and your vehicle keeps tilting to the right, and you have vehicles there. So you don't want to run into another person's car. Okay, so let's see what we have from our live screen in the building. Okay, most areas are looking quite good. I see Ogudu. All right, Emmanuel. From Emmanuel, it was a good roundabout. I see that it's a good one. Yes, connecting that stretch and connecting the express. That's about the Expressway. We have it good from that point. So no records of impediment. Right, just keep your eyes on the road. That's the basic. Okay, away from there, let's also see Newcastle. Okay, that's connecting Anthony. We have it good there, and also connecting Bagada. We have it as a breeze, and likewise the return journey. No record of impediment. Okay, let's also see Other areas like Irewole Way, quite good. All right, and no impediment cited as well. And those are trying to connect from Anthony, okay. All right, it was a Corona Loop, and moving on to Anthony, we have it good as well. Lassif Jakonde was Wemco. All right, it's looking good. Yes, outside traffic light alternations. Just ensure, yes, to keep your eyes on the road and keep it within speed limits. Okay, it's a new year. I've been saying this, so please let's be cautious as we drive. And also, traffic managers, I would like that you keep me posted regarding the lone accident that occurred at Oshodi earlier this morning. That's in front of Last Mile headquarters. Yeah, it was Oshodi. Okay, it's actually due to brake failure. So that means we have two brake failure issues today. One, around $10. And this one again occurred this morning at about 9:50. That same was Oshodi. Okay, 2 more casualties on ground. So officers, please, I would like that you keep me posted. What's the implication of this, or what impact is it having on traffic on that stretch of the road? So now, and I also want to make an appeal to vehicle owners, especially because it's a new year. Please go check your brakes. Please go check your brakes. We don't want to start the year this way. Go check your brakes, check your brake pads, check your brake shoes, check your brake rotors, check your brake fluid. Your brake fluid might be going low. If it's low, it can cause brake failure. Talk about my own cause. If your brake fluid is quite low, yes, abnormally low, you need to check, you need to top it up, you need to contact your mechanic. Please check all of the braking system in your car. Yes, it's okay, that's where I'm gonna hold it. All right, 09153877127 and 00991207777. We have auto experts in the building this morning, President Tokunbo Adegoju and Karimat Salako. It doesn't matter if you drive a Korope, you drive a tricycle, you drive Uber, you drive your own private car, you drive a downful yellow bus. Please go check your brakes. Please go check your brakes. It's not just about other road users. It's even about even road infrastructure. So can be affected. Imagine somebody whose brake is failing and you go hit maybe a pole or light pole or traffic light or something. All right, so please let's be guided this new year. Let's be guided. All right, okay, Tokunbo, we're talking about misconceptions about rebalancing and alignment. So now, can this issue actually pull out any fault codes? We talked about codes yesterday. And every of these things is still driving towards vehicle maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah. So can it pull or generate a fault code if I run a scan? Can that actually give me a clue that it's about my wheels?
Well, running a scan may be able to give you fault codes relating to wheel alignment or balancing.
Okay.
Because you know that wheel alignment has to do with the alignment of discs, like I said, and balancing also the weight distribution on the wheels.
Okay.
These are components that do not have sensors that we cannot scan them.
Okay.
So we can't pull out fault codes that will tell you your vehicle needs alignment or your vehicle needs balancing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Tokunbo Adegoju. Yes, for sharing with us from your wealth of experiences this morning about rebalancing and alignment. So if your vehicle swerves, even when you're not steering the wheels, please go for wheel alignment. If your vehicle is vibrating or your wheels are vibrating or whatever, please go check for wheel balancing. You need to do all of those things. We want much sanity on our roads now. Yeah, please, let's have there. Yes, you have something to say, Karimat?
No, I just said amen.
Okay. All right, let's go to break. When we return, the show will continue. Please don't go nowhere.
Which kind of one be this again now? What happen again, no guy? Why be say every day now so complain? They complain. My brother, how I go do now? You never tell when I change this engine. Now my mechanic don't tell me say the engine don't get issue again. I don't tire now. Wait, which kind of oil you they use for your engine, sir? And I know my engine oil, but then they sell for that road they use. Why your engine no go pack up? Abi you never hear of Automedics premium fully synthetic oil blended with Polytron? Now the oil where that will be that now. Automedics premium fully synthetic oil blended with Polytron go flush all the yamayama comot for your engine. E go even improve your engine lifespan, reduce friction and fuel consumption for your engine.
But where fit see am buy?
Alele go any Automedics office wey dey your area or call 070-6060-7494 or visit them on top www.automedicsafrica.com.
All right, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, the show is Automedics, and I have Tokunbo Adegoju in the building alongside Karima Salako. Keep your questions coming. If you have issues with your car, please, let's fix these cars. Let's fix them as soon as we can, please. Let's not delay. Let's not procrastinate. It's a new year, so we don't want to. We don't want, a case of. I don't know. There's a way MCI says it. So please. We don't want any story that touches the hearts. Yes, this year is 2025. Yes, let's begin the year on a good note. So you can call us in the studio 091-538-77127. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp 00991207777. We are streaming live on Facebook on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. So let's take some questions. Right, this one says. Good morning, the three madams at the house. Okay, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Akim, he says, I use Acura MDX 2005. I've been having battery problems with my vehicle lately. And this is a battery I bought brand new in February 2024. Tokunbo.
February 2024.
Yes, how long is a battery supposed to last? It's a brand new battery. Do they even sell Tokunbo batteries? I think I need to ask that.
Yeah, I think they do. They do sell.
There are Tokunbo batteries?
Yes, there are people that buy bad batteries, fix them.
No, those ones are recycled. They recycle those ones. But I think, I'm not too sure they sell Tokunbo batteries in the market. But there's nothing that you can buy for Tokunbo in Ladipo. So there's every tendency for you to have somebody that sells used batteries. Yes.
But you've not seen one?
I've not bought one. But I think they do sell.
Okay. Now we're talking about a brand new battery.
So you bought the battery brand new.
Yes, in 2024 February.
2024 February. If you look,
that's less than a year.
It's almost a year. Those are less than a year.
It's less than a year. Yes. This is January. Today is 8. Less than a year.
It's almost a year.
What's the lifespan of an average battery? What's the
lifespan? Ideally, you should have your battery serve you at least 3 to 5 years.
Come on. So what are we saying?
Wait now. I said ideally. There is, when you want to talk about machine, you say 100%. But you know that there is nothing that is 100% efficient. Yeah. So now let's now talk about the reality. Reality. You would have your battery serve you at least 2 to 3 years. Really. So now the issue is, how is the battery mounted on the vehicle? That's one. If the battery does not have an hold down clamp, which is called most persons call battery clamp.
Yes.
If you don't have a battery clamp on your battery, the battery will not last.
On the battery?
Yes.
Or in your vehicle, or on your vehicle.
The battery clamp is supposed to hold the battery in place.
Yes.
In the vehicle. So if you don't have that battery clamp, the battery would always move from one side to the other every time the vehicle is driving. That alone would cause problems in the battery. Eventually, the battery chemicals are going to deplete and the battery will not charge anymore. Another thing that could cause the battery to fail quickly is if it's experiencing leakage, which is parasitic drain. If the vehicle has a parasitic drain and it knows not of it, this would also cause the battery to drain quickly, because every time the battery drains out, maybe the parasitic drain is minute. So it might just is after it parks the vehicle for like 2 days. That's when they would have to jump start the battery or have to get a battery to start the vehicle. And most persons, what our culture is, we don't use jump start cables. So what we'll do is, my battery is drained, borrow me your battery, let me use it to start my vehicle. Or you have 2 vehicles, one vehicle has a dead battery. What you just do is you take out the other one, put it in your vehicle, start, then put the dead battery back in the vehicle. The running vehicle, you put the dead battery back. So when you put the dead battery, the alternator charges that battery from dead to 12.5 and the likes. It's not ideal to use an alternator to charge a battery from low to full. Ideally, you should use a battery charger.
Okay. All right.
So all of these practices will shorten the life of the battery. Now, its battery may not be bad.
Okay.
It may just feel the battery is bad.
Now, let me take the concluding part of his question.
Okay.
And now it says that my mechanic is saying it is the battery, which I doubt very much, but the alternator is not showing light to suspect it is not working. Is the alternator serviceable, please?
Serviceable.
Serviceable.
That word is... It's not the term that you can use for the alternator.
Or can it be fixed if it goes bad?
Yes, it can be fixed.
I think that's what is very
so it can be. That's why I said that's not the word you want to use for the alternator, because service is
quick lubrication.
On my own understanding is very far.
Well, that's the only way he knows how to.
So yes, it can repair the alternator if it's faulty. But is it sure the alternator is faulty? Are they sure there is no parasitic drain? Now, he's working with a mechanic. It's an electrical issue he's experiencing. He needs a rewire.
He needs a rewire?
Yes, it's not a mechanic that will do the job of a rewire. Though we have technicians that do both. But if his mechanic, his only job is mechanic, then he needs a rewire to do the check. So what he needs to do is first check the voltage on the battery.
Okay.
That's one. Then next, check the charging system in the vehicle.
Okay.
Then if the vehicle is charging, if the charging system is working fine, what I mean by check the charging system, now the alternator is charging the battery. What you will have to do, they will have to load the vehicle, like turn on the AC, put the vehicle in drive, turn on the radio, turn on the headlights, turn on almost all electrical accessories on the vehicle. Then observe to see if the vehicle is still charging. If it still has the charging voltage up to 13.5, then its charging system is fine. Now, if the charging system is fine, the next thing he wants to check is do a parasitic drain test.
Okay.
Parasitic drain test will let you know if there is something drawing power from the vehicle. And Akura, they have history of one component drawing power from the battery, the amplifier.
The amplifier.
So if the amplifier goes bad, instead of you to see that it's bad,
yes,
it will start to cause a parasitic drain.
So what should be the next thing?
So it would have to check to see if there is something drawing power from the battery. That's what we call parasitic drain test. That way they can fish out what the problem is. It may not be the battery. You can't just conclude that the battery is bad.
Okay. All right, 09153877127 0099120 Yes, I didn't allow you to conclude on that conversation. You were talking about, this is more like, talking about battery care. You mentioned that we should always check, batteries. You should not. We should make sure the battery is well fixed, fitted, perfectly on your vehicle, and checking for parasitic drains and all of that. I think we're going to find a day to actually talk about battery care too, because I think it's also very important. Now, this person, he just got this battery last year. It hasn't stayed up to 1 year, and yet the battery is giving issues already. So I think we also need to be, enlightened about these things too. I think every component in the vehicle needs a kind of special care. That's the way I'm seeing everything now. Now, because you have now a new battery. Now you have to start caring for the battery. You have to start maybe doing this, every day or every quarter and all of that. So it's something we really need to take cognizance of. Yeah. Okay, so let's take more questions. All right. I hope this person listened. I hope he listened in and he got that. Okay, Sit Alhambra 2002 automatic. It says the oil shortage still persists Initially, I started with 5W30. It's okay for like 1 year before. Okay, he said, no, let me put it right. He said the oil shortage to persist. Initially, I started with 5W30, and it was okay for like 1 year before I could not continue with the brand availability. I had to change to another brand. I have also tried 10W40. You recommended it. It's still short. Please, how can I figure out the problem and solution? Now, there's this line I don't understand. I said, I've also tried 10W40. You recommended it. Did you recommend anything? You remember the question, Sita Hambra? I think this is is it Alpha? Yes, it's Alpha.
No, I think Alpha Sebastian uses. I think he uses Honda.
Okay.
I think he uses a.
Well, he didn't include his name, so
yeah, I think I remember this.
So it might not be the same person.
No, he's not Alpha. He's not Alpha Sebastian.
Okay.
But I think this Sit Alhambra, yes, the person mentioned that he needed to change, that the oil is getting short using the 5W30. And I remember I mentioned that 5W30 engine oil for that year of vehicle may short or truly may burn out quickly.
Okay.
So what he's supposed to do to upgrade the oil specification? He did upgrade the oil specification to 10W40, but still shorting. So now, what he can do is he would need to plan for an engine overhaul or engine oil replacement. Now, engine replacement, not engine oil replacement, engine replacement or an engine overhaul.
Engine replacement?
Yes, or an engine overhaul. But before he does that, I would advise that he should do a change on the oil. Maybe use, for now, 20W50. Though it may not get synthetic, may have to be mineral, but it would have to use 20W50. That may not short, but it would need to plan for an engine overhaul or a replacement.
If that's a sign that the engine is going bad, it's
Yes, there is a lot of wear. Excuse me. There is a lot of wear in the engine already.
Okay. And
so the wear is going to cause the engine to short oil, because the oil rings, the pistons, the wall of the cylinders are already worn out. And so if you use the recommended oil, which is 5W30, it's going to burn out quickly. I advise you to upgrade to something more thick than 5W30.
Thicker than 5W30.
And it's still burning out. So you would have to go for the specification that I know that is thicker than 10W40 is now 20W50. But if he uses 20W50 now, it may not get synthetic. I don't know if there is 20W50 that is synthetic out there in the market. I think there are more of mineral oils. So if he uses it and he doesn't want to, he would not want to continue with it because he wants to maintain his engine. But he will have to plan for an engine overhaul or replacement of the engine. Because over time, even that 20W50 will short.
Over time. So it might not take up to maybe 6 months or thereabout.
Well, I can't get. It depends on the rate of wear, how the engine is wearing out. So I can't say. He may put 20W50 now and still have it short. That means that the wear is already gotten to the point that it would have to change the engine quickly. But if it does not short, eventually it will short. So it will still plan for an overhaul or replacement.
All right, considering the current economic realities now you've advised you should maybe do an overhaul or engine replacement, which is less costly, which is more economical, which is more affordable. Let me put it that way.
Well, an overhaul would be more affordable.
Okay.
But the technician would advise him on which is best. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is if the technician opens up the engine and sees that not only the rings are bad, that even the cylinder wall, there is wear on the cylinder wall, then the technician will recommend that you do a replacement of the engine. Some will say you should change the engine block with some other components, and some will say you should change complete engine. So it depends on his technician, but overhaul will be cheaper than replacing an engine.
Okay, engine change. So how long is the vehicle going to last now? If I replace my engine now, is it going to last like 10 years?
Well, it depends on the condition of the engine that you're changing into. You know that.
It's Tokunbo.
It's Tokunbo.
Like it's Tokunbo now.
Okay.
They use them. Oh, sorry. She thought I called her.
No, I know you didn't call my name.
Okay, like it's a Tokunbo engine. So you don't know how the level of wear that is inside of it. So
Even the new one you are changing to.
no, because it's an already used vehicle engine that you are replacing into.
Okay.
So it's still, but then at least it should last you. Okay, the least I've seen is maybe 3 years, 4 years, but 10 years. All of foul.
Tokunbo. Okay, let's move on. Let's leave it at that. Let the person decide for himself. just check your pockets. I know which one you go for. Okay, now this question reads: my car vibrates. Okay, before I take that, let's see what we have on the roads. Okay, most areas, yes, they are still looking good. Yeah, still appreciable. Yes, within the areas I see here, we would do. Right towards Third Milan Bridge is still looking quite good. Right, impediment negative. Okay, that's the entire stretch of Papa Oshodi Expressway is looking quite okay. Right, Latif Jakonde is still looking good. Yes, side traffic lights alternating there. That's for those connecting Wempo, and those moving on towards Wale, and the likes, still have it good as well. Areas also like Lagos Ibadan Expressway, all right, it was Lagos section of the corridor. Yes, it's no cause for worries. Okay, right, just ensure you keep it within speed limit, and those also trying to make use of Corona Loop. Okay, yes, just be patient and be cautious, because I can see some articulated vehicles, trying to make use of that bridge there. So don't get too close. Don't get too close. If you're climbing a hill with maybe an articulated vehicle, just keep some distance. So if there's anything, you can always maneuver your way out. So that's the secret. So it was Anthony. We have it good from that stretch. That's connecting from Corona Loop. Okay. All right. Back to our questions. Yeah, this one reads: my car vibrates as intervals once in a while. It says for a few seconds and it stops from the front tires when I'm in motion. So what could be the issue? This is a Toyota Yacht. No, it should be Toyota Yaris, right? Toyota Yaris 2007. So I guess it's a typo.
So it vibrates for a few seconds.
Yes, and it later stops.
Okay, it depends on, I think what the person needs, he needs to observe the speed that is experiencing this thing. Now, if the vehicle is, maybe he starts to accelerate, and that's when he starts to feel the vibration, or he had attained a particular high speed, and that's when he feels the vibration. Those are the symptoms that would then work with and know what really is causing the vibration. It could be having vibration due to bad engine mounts on the vehicle, and it could also cause bad wheel orbs, or failing wheel hubs would also cause vibration on the vehicle as well. So it needs to really know what is really the cause of the vibration. Maybe what I mean is, at what speed is he experiencing the vibration? Is it at low speed or high speed, or when he starts to take on speed? What I mean by take on speed is when he starts to accelerate. Is that when he experienced the vibration? A lot of things could cause vibration on the vehicle. Like we mentioned earlier, balancing will cause vibration on the vehicle. Then we also know that brake disc could also cause vibration. So if you depress the brake pedal and you feel vibration on the vehicle, it could also be as a result of brake discs on the vehicle. Then wheel hubs, if they are going bad, also would also cause vibration on the vehicle. If you have bad engine mounts, the vibration from the engine will be transferred to the body of the vehicle. That is also caused by engine mount. So a lot of things could cause vibration. We just need to know at what interval or at what speed the vehicle is vibrating.
Okay. All right, Hyundai Elantra 2009 says engine oil light keeps flashing. I've checked the sump and it's still flashing. I've checked some other areas. What could be the problem? And there is no sound.
Since his oil light keeps flashing and he checked the sump, no problem. Okay, for the oil light, we have what we the oil switch. That's what we call the oil switch.
Okay.
That's what helps to send the signal for the oil level and when to do your next lubrication service. So I would advise you should tell this technician to check the oil switch to see that the oil switch is properly in place. Probably there's no loose wire or something, and to see if there's no loose wire or anything.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, Tokunbo.
Well, she has mentioned it. The oil switch will cause the vehicle to will cause the oil light to flash.
Okay.
He said he has checked the sump. I don't know if they checked the strainer filter in the sump to see if it's not blocked with dirt. If the strainer filter is blocked, it would also cause the oil light to flash.
Okay. And now the last question we took, that's the Toyota Yaris. Yes, the guy says that now you were talking about the conditions that will make the vehicle to vibrate. And it says most of the time it is when ascending the bridge.
That's when it's accelerates. When ascending, that's when
ascending.
it's accelerating.
Of
When
course.
it's taking on a hill,
Of course.
and that's when the vibration comes. I wouldn't know if the Yaris is all-wheel drive.
Is it an all-wheel drive?
I think you should let us know if the Yaris is an all-wheel drive. If it's a all-wheel drive, then he wants to check the propeller shaft. If it's not all-wheel drive, he wants to check the drive shaft on the vehicle or the wheel orbs. But if it's an all-wheel drive, he should have his technician check the propeller shaft.
So if you're online, let's know if your vehicle, okay, it says front wheel drive.
Okay, it's a front wheel. Then you should check the drive shaft on the vehicle. The drive shaft could cause the vehicle to accelerate, to vibrate when you are taking on a hill like that.
Drive shaft.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hope you got that. It says you should check your drive shafts. Yes, contact your mechanic. And if you're a DIY, if you can do it yourself, don't worry, you can go ahead.
So you can check the drive shaft for clearance. If he has clearance in the drive shaft, it will cause the problem like that.
Okay, sir. Nissan Rogue 2008 says it's misbehaving and is hesitates to accelerate lately. It's misbehaving. Yes, the doctor is called the vehicle to order. It's misbehaving. And it's hesitating to accelerate. Nissan Rogue 2008.
Nissan.
Okay, if it's hesitating, I think what he needs to check is the fuel pump and the supply to the of fuel into the injector nozzles. It's possible that he has blockage in the fuel filter. If the fuel filter is blocked, it will cause the vehicle to delay fuel supply to the engine. So there will be some hesitation when the vehicle is driving, when the vehicle is demanding for power. If the fuel pump is failing as well, it will also cause that hesitation. So what he needs to do is do a fuel system pressure test and see what the fuel pressure is putting out. If the fuel pressure is low compared to the manufacturer standard, then he would have to change the fuel pump. But it's not clogged, then maybe service the injector nozzles as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Ola Tokunbo. Yes, if one of us for those who like to maybe make an inquiry.
All right, to get access to our products and services, our locations around Lagos, you can call these numbers 070 5672 5760, 070 5672 5760, or 080 8080 6686, 080 8080 6686.
All right, thank you so much. And we also have one of our interns in the building as well here. What's the name?
My name is Favor.
Favor. Oh, okay. Favor, not flavor. All right. Thank you very much for being part of the show. Favor. Big ups to our social media team. Thank you very much, Deborah Boludiuku. Thank you for doing a good job. Yeah, and Happy New Year to you, Deborah. All right. And also a very big thank you to Terry Victor. Shout out to you and our executive producer. It's Tayo Akunle. My name remains Aderonke Irewole. Automedics will make a return tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, Thursday. But I'll be here again on Monday, God willing. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
LASEPA to step up advocacy enforcement against environmental pollution. Ministry of Solid Minerals Development unveils television series to market mining sector. On the foreign scene, United States accuses Sudanese Rapid Support Forces of genocide, imposes sanctions on leader. In sport, France's coach Didier Deschamps to step down after 2026 World Cup. Now the details. I am Taiwo Barua. To promote and ensure a healthy environment, the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, is set to step up advocacy and enforcement to tackle all forms of environmental pollution this year. Speaking at a media party to review the activities of the agency in 2024 and its programs this year, the General Manager, LASEPA, Babatunde Ajayi, noted that there will be improved response time from the agency while intensifying efforts and regulations on waste oil management. Smoking in public places by encouraging designated areas, noise pollution, chemical handling to reduce poisoning, among others. According to Ajayi, the agency will do everything within its ambit to make Lagos livable for every resident by ensuring they imbibe in the environmental culture and awareness.
The entire 2024 was filled with a lot of activity, ranging from our enforcement activity to advocacy to industrial awareness. So all of the engagements with different people across different sectors, from the hospitality industry all the way to the religious groups, to the industrial groups, and to many of our traders that do things that have relationships, or effects on the environment. We know that we have moved the needle a little, and what we strive to attain is to make sure that Lagos becomes a better place and it is more livable for you and I.
Ajayi urged Lagos residents to take advantage of LASEPA's new complaints management system and all its social media platforms to enhance public engagement. The LASEPA boss also added that the state government, through the agency, will sustain its enforcement on styrofoam ban. General Manager of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Lasma Olaleko Bakariuki, has underscored the paramount importance of adhering to traffic regulations, particularly in maintaining safe speeds and ensuring proper vehicle maintenance. Bakariuki stated this while reacting to a road accident which occurred earlier this morning near the Secretariat Inward Otedola Bridge along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, reiterating LASMA's unwavering dedication to promoting safer roads and preventing avoidable tragedies. LASMA Director, Public Affairs and Enlightenment Department, Adebayo Taufik, in a statement says the incident involved a minibus, commonly referred to as Korokwe, which collided with a moving long truck due to brake failure resulting from excessive speed. He says the severe impacts left the driver of the minibus trapped within the wreckage, but the swift and coordinated intervention of LASMA officers ensured the immediate rescue of other passengers, all of whom emerged unscathed. The National Association of Scrap and Waste Dealers Employers of Nigeria, NASWADEN, has condemned the vandalism of critical government assets by miscreants. While addressing newsmen in Lagos, NASWADEN Acting National President Ibrahim Soja called on law enforcement agencies to support the association by fishing out criminals hiding under the union to perpetuate evil and bastardize the recycling profession. Soja said plans are already in place to build a database to register all genuine medicine, which stand at over 7 million nationwide, in a bid to properly regulate activities of members.
This is our nation, and this is the business we have been doing 37 years on this business. For me to just see some group of people trying to come and damage our image, which I will not take that. Recently now in Abuja, we can see 1 or 2 things happening, which 100% we are not in support, and we can never support anybody going to go and vandalize government property and calling themselves they are into waste wealth.
Also speaking, Chairman of Nasruddin Lagos State Chapter, Aderonke Adewale, called for synergy and collaboration with security agents, paramilitary bodies and regulatory agencies to nip the menace of vandalism in the bud, noting that most of those who perpetrate these acts are not Nigerians. Adewale revealed that the recycling sector generated over 3.2 million metric tons of metal while helping to sanitize the environment and contribute to the gross domestic product's GDP of the nation.
It's so disheartening to some of us, to all of us, the bona fide scrap dealers, the bona fide traders of recyclables nationwide. We condemn this act. We condemn the act of vandalizing critical national assets and the infrastructure. Because these infrastructures are being put in place by taxpayers' money. No sane men and women will dare put all those things and put the lives of others into danger.
Adewale also appealed to the government to carry the association along before making decisions on ferrous, non-ferrous materials, recycling and waste management in order to keep people in employment. He urged the government to always have alternatives on ground before banning products. Now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development says it will begin a television drama series on January 25 to showcase the complexities and potential of Nigeria's mining sector. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alaki, announced this in a statement by his special assistant on media, Segun Tomori, in Abuja. Alaki says the series seeks to uniquely tell the story of the country's mining sector as a key driver of economic transformation. The minister explains that the program, which uses powerful narrative, highlights the transformative potential of solid minerals as vital alternatives for sustainable economic growth and resource management. The statement urges the public to join the conversation on the series online via X and other social media platforms through Hidden Riches series. Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 Command, Adegoju Fayuade, has charged newly promoted Assistant Commissioners of Police, Chief Superintendent of Police and Superintendent of Police to shun disgraceful acts and refrain from extorting members of the public. Fayuade reminded the officers that their promotion was a call to duty, urging them to work harder in ensuring that lives and properties of Nigerians within their jurisdiction were saved. The AIG gave the charge at the decoration of the 33 newly promoted officers drawn from the Lagos and Ogun Police Commands held at the conference hall of the Zonal Command. Fayuade described the promotion of over 2,000 policemen from the rank of SP to CSP as record-breaking. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has congratulated his wife Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu on her 58th birthday. The governor described the chairman of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials Council, who turns 58 today, as a reliable and dependable partner in the Greater Lagos Development Agenda. He said Mrs. Sanwo-Olu, a medical doctor by profession, is a committed prayer warrior, a caring, loving and devoted wife and mother, a strong pillar and a trusted partner of many decades. The governor, in a statement issued by his special advisor on media and publicity, Wega Koshile, who describes his wife as a compassionate woman who has touched many lives, first as a medical practitioner and now as a First Lady of Lagos State. In foreign news now, the United States, U.S. has accused Sudanese paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, of committing genocide and imposed sanctions on its leader. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, also known as Hemedti, was being punished for his role in a systemic atrocities against the Sudanese people during the 20-month conflict. Blinken said the RSF and allied militia were responsible for the murder of men and boys, even infants, as well as brutal sexual violence against women on ethnic grounds. It said the militia have also targeted fleeing civilians and murdered innocent people escaping the conflict, saying, based on the information, they are concluding that members of the RSF and allied militia have committed genocide in Sudan. Meanwhile, the 7 RSF-owned companies based in the United Arab Emirates and one other individual are also being sanctioned for helping the paramilitary group procure weapons. In sport now, France's 2018 World Cup winning coach Didier Deschamps says he will leave his post after the 2026 edition. Deschamps says he has done his time with the same desire, the same passion to keep the France team at the highest level, but 2026 is good. The champs led France to World Cup glory in Russia in 2018 and guided them to the final of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, where they lost to Messi's Argentina on penalties. The 56-year-old is one of the only 3 men to have won the World Cup both as a player and as a coach. The other 2, Mario Zagallo of Brazil and Germany's Franz Beckenbauer, both died last year. And that's it on the news at noon. But just before we go, remember to always wear your seatbelt when driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic, www.trafficradio961.n.